All right, everyone, welcome back to another VC review of a startup pitch presentation. In these episodes, I like to tear apart and put back together startup pitches, real ones from movies, Shark Tank pitches, all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, let's go. So obviously the VC rocks up in like a Stingray, the beautiful muscle car, Corvette Stingray, I think it is. Right, Rufus? Corvette Stingray? Yeah. So he's rocking up snazzy car. Most VCs don't drive these kind of cars. Just kill a myth right now. VCs aren't rich. Some VCs are rich, and they tend to have gone into VC after they got rich. Most VCs aren't rich. What you're doing is you're investing other people's money. I remember this movie. Rufus, remind me to watch this movie again. It's a great one.
Is this the right?
It's the one with Ashton Kutcher as Jobs. Good question. Was Ashton Kutcher better or Benedict? Was it Cumberbatch? He was the one who did the other one, right? What's your choice? Let us know in the comments right now which movie was better. We'll pin the top one, and I'm going to give you a copy of my book. Rufus, get my book quickly. You're going to get a copy to the Startup Buzzword Dictionary. All right, Rufus, let's go. Video.
Startup.
I'm Mike Markkula.
Steve. Jobs.
Steve, I heard a lot about you. You spoke to Don Valentine on the phone. He and I are old colleagues of sorts.
Having a warm connection, right? Don Valentine. Most of these people, these VCs, will have built a relationship with a founder or a founding team over a period of time. If you think a VC is just going to rock up or you're going to rock up and they're going to invest, highly unlikely unless you really are the shittest, hottest startup in the world right now. And that's highly unlikely.
He practically begged me to come and look at your outfit here. Called in a personal favor.
Oh, well, Mark.
You meet an investor, an angel or a VC or whoever it might be, right? Like you meet someone like that and they don't invest or they can't invest. Don't let it be the end of the conversation. The question is, what can they do for you outside of the obvious investing capital? If you were us right now, what would you do? Where would you go? Who should we speak to? If you do your homework, you'll also know at the end of every conversation you have with them, ask them to connect you to someone specifically. Always ask for something, even if it doesn't lead to investment.
Mark. Mike.
Get the name right. Learn people's names. Jesus. What was your name again?
Where were we?
I'm sorry, don't take this the wrong way, but what's your angle?
You're allowed to ask questions too, because this investor meeting is as much about you and them finding a connection and a common ground, and also as much about them finding the opportunity in you, you finding the opportunity in them, and the relationship that you're going to develop together. So you're not here just to like go, do you have money? We need money. That's not what the meeting's about. The meeting's about finding a connection that they can see an opportunity in you, and you can also get opportunity from them outside of capital.
So how much are we talking about here?
What, the investment?
That's what you came here for,
Foreplay's not Steve's strong suit.
isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've been looking for something to really sink my teeth into.
Your investment conversations are very likely never going to go like this, where like you're straight to the point. How much do you want to invest? There's no conversation about due diligence, validation. It's just like, hey, so how much do you want to invest?
Yeah, okay, to the point. I think we should start with around 90 grand, see where that takes us.
$90,000 isn't going to get it done.
Wait, Steve, 1 second.
I don't see anybody else coming in your garage with a checkbook.
Oh, no, 90 grand gets it done for us. I just don't think it gets it done for you.
Ooh, that's interesting. So what he did there, he played him at his own game.
We'll do the $90,000 investment at a $300,000 valuation, but I also want you to kick in a $250,000 credit line with 10% interest to be paid back in full once we meet net revenue positive.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant. By doing what he just did, which is basically setting up like a tranche-based investment period. Like, so, you know, he gets the first amount of money that this guy's willing to invest, right? And he says, if we hit these milestones, we're going to get more money, basically, if we hit these milestones. That company hits the milestones that it would do on a $2 million investment today in a year's time, the company should be worth anything from like 2 to 4 times what it was a year ago. Now, the investors are going to get a discount on that potential valuation increase by committing today to invest in a further tranche of funding. Now, also founders, this is a great method because if you raise money from the same investors over consistent rounds, obviously if they're capable of doing that, it's a great market signal. And other investors, other funds will look at your startup and go, the people who bet them at the beginning are continuing to bet in them. It's positive market signaling, right? It signals that the people who want to invest in you at the beginning are continuing to put their money into this because this thing is going somewhere, right? It validates everything that you could ever need. So in this case, you're almost like guaranteeing the next round of funding. If you hit the milestones, you're going to get that extra 2 million or whatever it was. And it means that if you want to raise even more on top of that, you probably could quite easily because you've got the same people investing throughout the early phases. It's great. Tranche-based funding can work. Milestone-based funding, it's called a ratchet. It's where you put different metrics on that fundraising and things like that. Anyway, I can make another video about that. If you want me to, let me know in the comments. Let's move on. The power of the pause, people. The power of the pause. If you feel the need to talk, hold yourself back sometimes. You know what? I'm going to shout him out. I'm going to call out someone I love as well. My first ever boss in venture capital, Jan Zabota. Yeah, you baby. He once said something to me at the age of 23 years old when I was a new investment analyst at Condé Nast Investments, $200 million, growth stage VC, corporate VC. He said to me, he's like, Matt, you know, sometimes it's okay not to talk. It's okay just to listen. He told me that, and at the time I took it to heart, and I was hurt by it because I felt like I was disappointing him. But it's some of the best advice I've ever had. That sometimes it's better to listen, not to talk. First person who talks loses. Before they get to it, I want to make one point here, very clear. He knew what he wanted. He went into that conversation knowing what he wanted. Do you think he just pulled those numbers out of his head? Maybe it was Steve Jobs. He probably did because he was brilliant. But in this example, you should go into any negotiation, any fundraising conversation, knowing what you want out of it. Know your baseline and argue up from it.
What I mean is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now,
Sign the
first thing you
checkbook.
need to do is incorporate so that you two as owners can protect your interests. And that is, of course, if you'll have me aboard.
Thank you very much, Mr. Markkula.
Of course, Mike. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, put her there, Bill. Bill? Right.
Fernandez.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Steve. Here's to you, pal.
Beautiful moment. What a historic moment we just relived right now here at LUNICORN on YouTube, bringing you the best historic moments from the world of innovation and technology. I'm your host, Matt C. Smith. That's Rufus behind the camera. Say hi, Rufus. Hello. Wave in front of the camera, Rufus. Don't be rude. There he is. All right. Oh, now you messed the focus up, Rufus. Come on. What did I say about us having complementary skill sets? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like it. Make sure to subscribe for more VC reaction videos. See you in the next one.